welcome to Lilac 10, where once a month I create my own top 10 list on some sort of anime subject. Last month for Mother's Day, I brought in the anime moms. This month, it's only fair that for Father's Day, I bring in the dads. This is my list of top 10 anime dads. This first father is kind of spoiler-filled, so if you've not seen Tokyo Ghoul, specifically Route A, then you may want to skip this entry altogether. I'll leave an annotation like right here on the screen or something so you can skip on ahead. Now, for those who decided to stay,
Yoshimura throughout Tokyo Ghoul is seen as a father type of figure for many of the ghouls that visit on Tenku, with Kanagi, Toka, and little Hinami as the major ones. However, this man does have a darker past where he had to give up his child for the sake of its safety, since prior to meeting his wife, he was a high-ranked ghoul who has a criminal record.
A reformed ghoul who wants to pass on the kindness he has received to others, as well as his desire to help others as either a mentor or even a father figure, gives brownie points to Yoshimura as he just barely makes my list. Another entry placed toward the bottom of my list, this father actually has a strained relationship with his son, however it's more of a product of the society that they live in.
Masaoka from Psychopaths is a former detective turned enforcer after the establishment of the Sybil system and his crime coefficient deteriorating over time. While it's hidden from the other characters throughout the series, the relationship between Masaoka and his son Ginoza is one of the more interesting dynamics. Over the course of Season 1, Ginoza is struggling with his own crime coefficient, and his father tries the best that he can to keep Ginoza from falling into the same fate as dear old dad, protecting him until the very end.
Because of their dysfunctional relationship, Masaoka takes the 9th spot on my list, however he's at least one of the better ones. This next father literally practices what he preaches because he is a priest. Shiro Fujimoto is the adoptive father of twins Rin and Yukio, who are the children of Satan himself. You think I'm joking? Why don't you go look that up?
While Shiro is only around for a few episodes at the start of the series, it gives us enough to establish the relationship he shares with the boys and how they have a strong effect on each other. Shiro is the strongest exorcist around until Rin decides to be an angst teen, saying dumb things, and then Shiro ends up possessed by Satan. You know, the normal thing. In order to keep Rin safe, Shiro commits suicide, causing Rin to go full-on shonen protagonist mode.
This is a similar case to Titan's Carla Yeager from my mom's list, where it's the parental's death that causes either the motivation for vengeance or the hero's future actions, making Shiro's sacrifice for Rin more than enough to make this list. My number 7 and number 6 picks for dads are fairly similar in terms of the flirt department, however they're still also rather good with their kids.
In the case of Gaara's Jermaine, he's a strong figure that Leon does look up to even if some of his moral actions are rather questionable. However, I do see it as a kind of front as he takes on the burden of duty as a Makai Knight very seriously while looking out for his son to make sure he doesn't fall victim to his revenge. At the same time, Jermaine isn't afraid to let Leon learn lessons the hard way, especially when the Golden Armor chooses his cousin Alfonso about halfway through the series. Jermaine may seem like a goofball of a father, however he does look out for his son and is more than willing to get Leon to learn what he should in order to grow stronger.
You happy now, Dresden? The list has more Garo. Okay, so this one's a little bit more of an oddball, but he's still a pretty cool dad, all things considered.
Spirit Allbarn from Soul Eater may not be the most responsible dad on the planet, but you cannot deny that he loves Maka more than anything in the world. Throughout the series, Spirit does try his best to be a dad for Maka, but there are quite a few times where it kind of backfires. However, there are the nice moments when he's there to give his daughter some advice, or even just talk about Maka's mom. For being the loving and doting father that he is, Spirit snags the number 6 spot.
I've always wanted to say this. Hey, Vegeta!
Okay, so I'm not extremely versed in DBZ and its lore, but this is an old school fella that I completely passed up when originally making this list. While this is another reformed villain similar to Yoshimura, Vegeta has managed to keep his past from catching up to him too much, and lives rather peacefully with his wife Bulma and 2 kids, Trunks and Bra.
But why isn't Goku on the list, Lilac? He has kids too and he's great with them. Okay, go and compare the amount of times Goku dies in the series to Vegeta, and then come back and tell me why I picked Vegeta over Goku. For some reason, adoptive families seem to be this big thing in One Piece, so it shouldn't surprise anyone that an adoptive father makes my list, but which one? After much consideration, I decided to give that title as well as my number 4 spot to Dr. Hiroluck.
As Chopper's father figure, the man was able to calm Chopper's fears and distrust for people after being the outcast among both humans and reindeer. He raised the little guy as if he was his own son, instilling his passion for helping people and for medicine into him. Similar to Shiro, Lilac ends up taking his own life in order to not only protest Wapple's rule, but not to succumb to a poisonous mushroom that Chopper accidentally gives him in an attempt to cure him of a life-threatening condition, and letting Chopper know it wasn't him who killed Lilac, but his own decision.
It's one of the more heart-wrenching moments of the series for me, and because of Lilac's relationship with Chopper, no way am I leaving him out. We're back to comedic fathers, with one of the most memorable ones taking the number 3 spot by storm.
Ryoji Fujioka, aka Ranka, from Owen High School Host Club, is one of those loving and caring dads that you just can't not adore. He works hard to support himself and Haruhi while working at a cross-dressing bar. However, it seems like their relationship is the other way around, with Haruhi as the parent. She won't even let him buy her girly things because she's not a big fan of it. While the relationship is a little bit of an odd one, that doesn't stop Ryoji from being a loving and protecting father to Haruhi. It's all of these reasons why Ryoji makes the list.
How the hell did I almost forget Tai Chi King? Seriously, how?
While this world traveler and educator is one of the more interesting characters I've seen in a very long time, he's also one of the most wonderful fathers I've seen in a while as well. Even though he's divorced, he still raises his daughter Yuriko with the same life lessons he learned while growing up, as well as instill her childlike curiosity and a kind of toughness in her. At the same time, this doesn't mean that Keaton doesn't learn from his daughter as well, showing that both sides can grow more and more.
It's the like father, like daughter mentality, as well as the worldly knowledge added in that makes Keaton my number 2 dad. The more and more I make these countdowns and these lists, the more I find a single common factor between a lot of them. I really have to watch Fullmetal Alchemist. Now, I featured Hughes on my countdown before, however, this time it's for his fatherly aspects rather than, you know.
Hughes actually becomes a father during this series when his young daughter is born fairly early on. When that happens, it's loving father central, as Hughes just loves showing off his daughter to others with dozens of photos and cute little tangents about her. I mean, it's one of the funniest and cutest parts of the damn show. His overall devotion to his family is one I rarely get to see in anime, since most of the time we're dealing with single parents.
It's just amazing to me to see a loving father and husband who just cares so much. And because of all that, Hughes steals my number 1 spot. Those were my top 10 anime dads. Do you think I missed someone? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the blog for much more content. Until next time, otaku on, my friends.